All right, y'all.
Let me know
So
when
this
you
is
start.
episode 23 or 24?
This is going to be 24. 23, I'll figure out how to recover it.
Motherfucking 24 with quotation marks around it.
All right, y'all. This is episode 23.5. Heavy cup, baby. Quarantine vibes. This is what it is.
Quarantine.
It's the COVID-19.
Hold on.
Quarantine.
Perfect.
Yo, I ain't fronting, nigga. The highlight to that nigga shit is all them fucking drops he got, dog.
He does.
Yeah, the homie's doing it right there, right
got
there.
a whole sound
That
effects
memory
too.
bank is heavy, nigga.
He's doing it right there. Like you
Nah,
got a
B,
white boy
they
that's doing
have
it.
to have some preset, dog.
Nah, he got a dude that's
He got a dude that's sitting there right there that's doing them.
Yeah, he's
So
a
it's like
engineer.
it's like you'll say something and then he'll say it and record him saying it.
And
so
he
now it's a
repeats
sound
it.
effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That shit heavy.
Yeah.
It'll
be
Yeah,
like-
it's clever.
I was
Yeah,
just
yo.
laughing at when he had Chris
That was
Brown
like
on.
20,000.
Yo.
He's like, what are you currently doing?
Like, everybody light skin and brown skin, nigga.
He's like, what are
Even
you
the brown
currently
niggas are light
doing?
skin to this nigga, dog. I don't get it.
That nigga
You know what?
He
If I go on that shit, that might niggas, he might say I'm opaque. You know what I mean?
You definitely
he has,
getting the
Quavo
That
ultimate
nigga's
light
the
skin.
best, dog. We've been telling you, but you know, now you see.
Ultimate light skin.
But hold up, dog. The thing I give props to Tory, my nigga.
That's
Dog.
okay. Go ahead.
Tory got that shit so programmed niggas don't even try to go live, son.
Y'all niggas ain't even trying to go live around that nigga.
No.
Give
They're
it
not
up,
even trying to
nigga.
go live on that nigga.
You don't play yourself. You don't.
Yeah. So you just go in that room. The best thing for you to do is go in his room and get your shot out in there, son.
Yeah.
Don't go live at that time.
You don't go live with Tory going live, nigga.
Talk to your
Yo,
boy.
and I heard apparently he's out his deal.
What deal?
That's what makes it.
Oh, that
like,
deal.
He's his record deal. He did his albums. He's good.
That nigga
So
go
I'm
live
like,
on you,
yo, this
nigga.
nigga can really like move and shake now, like, and take this broadcasting shit to another level. Like, it's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's broadcasting. It's radio.
I didn't know he was signed to Interscope though.
Yeah.
I mean, Interscope doesn't have such a bad reputation like Def Jam and other labels, but yeah, you know,
Bad Boy.
It's one of the older labels. Oh, we were gonna get on Bad Boy. We're gonna get on Bad Boy. Come on.
Let me finish real quick with that Tory Lane shit.
Go ahead.
I got a bigger question.
So wait. Hold up a second. Did we do our introduction yet? Not yet.
Nah,
but we ain't started yet.
All right.
Hold
let's
up.
get it.
Are we doing this all shit from the beginning now? This is
No.
all right. Do your intro.
I'm gonna tell you when we start.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think it doesn't have to start like it doesn't have to always start 100% with us, with me saying like, yo, this is Ivy Talks. Like, I kind of want it to be structured, but sometimes it's cool to be a little less. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. It's candid conversation. Is what I'm saying.
Jay, I don't know. Jay rolling, this nigga whipping up spaghetti, nigga. I can't tell by the way.
I'm rolling up. You know,
okay,
I'm rolling up right
then
now.
We're officially starting. Then do your thing. Mix up
but
your
yo,
seasonings.
I'm gonna tell.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm keeping it 100. Like a little bit, somebody coming to check me, so I'm gonna step away from the camera for a second, but I'm still here.
All right.
But anyway, yeah.
It ain't nothing.
Are you coming back though, or are you gone?
Stepping away from the camera for a second, but I'm still here.
All right, cool. No, I'm just saying so we know. All right. So all right, we'll start with the Boosie shit whenever we are ready.
Nah, he got to finish his Tory Lanez comment.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Here it is. I was talking to Buddha the Great about it. You know what I'm saying? Co-host right here. Now we get to see his face more. But
Buddha.
What?
Shout out to Buddha.
Did the other people in the position of Tory Lanez fucking drop the ball for themselves?
Yeah, I think so.
My nigga.
Okay.
Because if you
was this
wait. What do you mean before we answer this question?
Okay.
What do you
mean? In this
Lex?
situation that we seen during the quarantine, and obviously Tory Lanez made a lanes for himself. Should it have been Tory Lanez? Is it supposed to be somebody else we watching at this point? In our ideally in our heads, is it supposed to be somebody else that
yes
should be in that position right now? Or was Tory made for it?
Who?
Did
he
drop
was made for it?
I think Tory was made for it too.
Who's the nigga with the personality out there?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
Diddy
definitely his
could've done this,
personality.
But I think Diddy stepping away from the wilding out. I think it would have hurt Diddy's brand to have like girls on there ass shaking, pouring milk
Right.
in titties and
That's
shit.
one of the topics for tonight, by the way.
I don't think Diddy
Hey,
could,
works.
I don't think Diddy could even light a fuse to it though. Truthfully,
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah,
Diddy
because he doesn't have
Diddy has
he doesn't have the same
showmanship.
generation.
Nah, he has showmanship, but he ain't got no personality. He ain't got no.
Right.
He ain't got no
Like,
vibe.
like
no more.
right now, like
Yeah.
right now,
Drive.
chicks that never even thought Tory was
What did I just tell
attractive
you, Drew?
is attractive to Tory right now, son.
Yeah.
Like on some shit. Like chicks that don't even fuck with him, like he look good, is like, yo, I fucks with his personality and shit right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? They fucking with him.
As a
So I think
woman, I
it's just
fuck with his
wait for it.
personality.
Dog,
There's nothing wrong with a guy that makes you laugh, ever.
Tory got the Pac shit going on right now, my nigga.
Nah, I mean, okay, the skinny built nigga
Chicks,
thing.
nah. Chicks want
What?
him, and niggas fuck with him. He got the
Yeah.
Pac shit going on.
All
He got the
right.
X shit going on right now. He got
Well,
the Ja
well,
Rule
that's
at his
the-
prime shit going on right now.
Oh
There ain't
shit!
no
Yeah.
hope across the board for this nigga.
Yeah, well,
Niggas,
that's what's
niggas want to see
that's what's
Tory
needed.
win.
Yeah, but that's what's actually needed to be famous, right? Like
Yeah,
niggas
right.
gotta want to fuck with you, and chicks gotta want to fuck you.
That's what
That's
Drake
like the rules.
You can still pop
Drake
off
got
and
it.
be that nigga without them two
Yeah.
things. But this
Definitely
nigga
has it.
got that shit, dog. He's like, alright, nigga, like you tell your mans, nigga, like, yo, nigga, this nigga going in, son. Like, check this
Right.
shit out.
All right,
And
but how
bitches
y'all feel
Right.
fuck
about
with the nigga.
how y'all feel about that new Toronto 3 though?
Jay, you know my
Wait,
answer.
wait. Pause. This is your girl, Drea Ivy. This is episode number 24 or 23 and a half. 23 and a half. Which one?
23 points.
Wait, what is a half?
This
Just
some big shit right now. We going in.
on some fuck shit, we're gonna label it a half. So, because we've never done that before, we're gonna introduce that tonight. So, is it 23 and a half? It's 23 and a half, right?
Whoa, wait, are we
It's
starting
24
over?
and a half. It's
Nah.
24 and a half.
She just running with it.
Introduction out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
trying to
Jay.
bring the introduction
There you
in.
go. All right, now that we
But
got
you
that out
just
the
said we
way.
didn't need to. You just said we.
Yeah.
What happened to the speech 2 minutes ago about you want to start Candid?
Oh,
All
no.
right.
But
I am starting
I'm so
Candid.
confused.
All right.
Jay,
But that
Jay, executive produce me if you want to. I need the help. Trust.
Jay. All right.
Huh?
Executive produce me when you're ready. Huh?
I'm just confused. I don't know what happened just now. I'm just.
All right. But Jay, how you feel about that new Toronto 3?
Yo, this
I
is
think
Jay Ivy speaking on the mic, by the way. And this is Ivy Talks episode, I think 23 and a half.
Just fuck the question, y'all. Just
This is my team right here. This is my team, Hollow Rock with the mask on, even though he's by himself. I would think. I'm assuming.
Now she's under the table.
Ah,
Hey.
Hey.
And then we got Buddha in the building, and we got Mr. Jay Nice in the building. I got my team. What's good?
All right. So for the 15th time about that new
Yeah, what's good?
Jay,
That's all I said. I didn't even ask y'all how y'all doing, which is my normal shit. I didn't even ask.
got it.
Let's roll. Let's go.
Breathing.
Jay, how you feel about that new Toronto 3?
Yo, that shit is busting, in my opinion.
Okay, Ivy. I mean, Jay. I knew she wasn't gonna let you breathe, my nigga. I was just waiting, son.
No, I'm just.
I was
That's why I took a pause. I just waited.
I was just waiting, like, all right, nigga, like, all right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, y'all go ahead, man. Y'all do it.
Well, how do you feel about the album, Drea?
All right. Okay. Honestly speaking, I really liked it. I'm very rarely ever disappointed in Tory's projects. The one thing I will comment on is I felt there was a lack of fluctuation in the production. The production was very good, but a lot of the tracks to me kind of sounded the same. So it was a little monotonous, but there was certain records that stood out. I think my favorite record on the project was the one that I sent you yesterday, Lex. The Not Broke Again. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, the single, that shit dope. That
shit was
I like
straight.
the way
And
he bounces on it. He
it's
comes
not
in-
even
Broke in a
fucking-
minute.
Yeah,
Broke in a
it's
minute
not
was
even 2
shaking.
minutes. It's not
It
even
was
2
sh- it
minutes.
was-
That nigga was like.
It was shaking
like,
in the club
yo.
before. It was shaking in the club right before all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
well,
was-
I mean,
That was the prime
I
time.
wasn't
That
really
was the
going to
prime
the
time
club like that.
record right before this.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really going out like that. So,
before the album came out.
I really heard it when the album came out. So I heard that shit, and I mean, just as an anthem and just as something that a dreamer would aspire to, is to say like, nigga, like this is the moment I can say I'll never be broke again. You know what I mean? Like this is how I came up, this is what I'm doing. And then for him to actually be living that life and doing it and exemplifying it, because he's making great music, he's bodying this quarantine shit, clearly how you pointed out, above anyone else, even in higher celebrity life.
You jumping away from the album though.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were reviewing the album. I thought that was what we were talking about.
You ain't talking about the album though.
Well, okay, my bad. Well, that was a standout track to me, my favorite. It was really, really great, but I don't think it was the best Tory project, if I'll be honest.
All right.
I really fuck with it, but I don't think it's the best Tory project. But I fuck with everything he's doing right now as a movement. Right. What do y'all think?
I don't think it was put out to be his best work. Like we obviously know that he was trying to get out of his contract. So let's say I don't know if it was a 10 album deal or a 5 album deal or whatever the album deal was. It was 5.
He overcompensated that.
Yeah. So I just feel like as far as the record sounded, because if you peep the records, some of the records is like, for instance, the joint that he had with Tekashi, right? You know, he's just doing the hook on there.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the cadence, I forgot what song it is. If you listen to the cadence, it's the exact cadence from that song. So this would have been like his verses from that song that wasn't on the other one with Tekashi. It's like more than Red Records like that.
It's the Jackie Chan shit. Yeah. I was like, yo, me and Richard was playing that. I was like, yo, nigga, like sounds like the same shit.
I think it's doing the most.
Yeah, but it's if you could like if you can understand like an artist, he might have had verses to Jackie Chan that, you know, Jackie Chan took its own life. Yeah, so he still got the verses, throw them shits on something else and make another hit. If you want to ask me what my favorite records is,
3 in the morning, nigga goes.
I'm going with right now. My favorite records is that Who Needs Love. Who Needs Love is a banger. It's a banger. That's a banger.
Who Needs Love is my shit.
Yeah, and then when I'm on my other vibe, my other favorite is that Do Me record. Do Me is hard. Do Me is very, very hard. And I'm saying it's not a club record. It's not a club record, but it's a very hard record. You know what I mean?
Which one is that one?
It's the one that's called Do Me. Now here's the crazy shit. Niggas gotta know it's 2 albums. Like if you look at title or anything, it's 2 albums. There's a mastered album and then there's the other one. The mastered doesn't have all the same records as the other one for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a record called Do Me that's on one album that's not on the other. That record is my shit.
It must be the remastered one, because I'm looking at the track list for the other one and it's not on there. Because I was like,
it should be on the other one. It should be 12.
It's not on it's not on the one that's released with Apple.
It's not on the iTunes version?
No.
Right.
All right.
Looking at the Apple Music version.
Okay, yeah.
Nah.
All right, Lex, what do you think, Drew? Buddha, aka?
Y'all already answered up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I fuck with it though. That you keep turning off your camera. All right. That Who Needs Love, probably my favorite track on there.
Heavy record.
10 Fucks. I fuck with
10 Fucks is heavy. 10 Fucks is heavy.
But most of the tracks that, even how it starts out, that pricey and spicy, I fuck with that.
Right.
I like the album period. I think it was a good move. I think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it has the same identity as like Memories Don't Die or, you know, don't. Yeah, I think he was just actually exercising his his rapping ability.
Yeah.
More than anything, you know what I mean?
I fuck with it because I like how versatile it is. He has his street tracks on there, and then he has his.
Hold on, y'all.
Where music.
Talk amongst yourself.
Go ahead. He has his Where Music Is Now tracks, like Doing the Most and Broken a Minute is very much beats that's popular now, you know, like, and then he has his other tracks like Pain and Who Needs Love, that's definitely Tory Lanez, period. That's just, that's him. That's not, you know what I'm saying? And he has Dope Boy's Diary. Those are definitely tracks that's Tory Lanez tracks. That's not.
But can we, but not to interrupt you, but can we really hold him to a certain type of track? He's a very versatile artist who knows how to transition very well.
But there is a distinct difference, because if you listen to Doing the Most and you listen to Broken a Minute, these are definitely songs. These are, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the beat and the flow are definitely tracks that you could have heard somebody else.
Well, I commented on the production, so I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
if you're familiar with Tory, it's notable. It is. Okay, yeah.
I think it could have very much have been him, and that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's different.
I mean, I think it's also genius to drop a project in the midst of everything that's going on. Like, I think it's genius for him to make quarantine radio, make it popular, and then he drops a project. Did he even announce it? He never announced that he was dropping a project. Like, it was never something that was anticipated, but then again, he never really moves like that anyway. He's really mixtape oriented, but it's just fucking his team. To me, is just genius. Like, I'm like, y'all are really playing chess out here. Like, y'all are really bodying this marketing game. Oh, what are we doing? Getting too much feedback?
Nah, ain't that, nigga. That nigga's drowning in it.
Oh, hold on. Let me put you on mute.
Yeah.
I'll repeat it. Edit note. Huh? Do I repeat it? Y'all couldn't hear me?
Yeah, we heard it. You good.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're familiar with Tory and his work, you would know that the production was monotonous. But then I guess at the same time, while he already had quarantine radio popping the way that he has, breaking all these records, setting all these trends and precedents and all that of the above, you would understand that he really doesn't have to drop his best. We already know that he's an artist that drops, like, consistently content for days. Like, there's always a constant Tory project, mixtape, album, something, feature, remix. The way he's been moving in the industry since he got on, that's him. I mean, I'll be real with you, like, he produces on the same level as Drake in terms of content.
I don't doubt it. I just think
in terms of album, mixtape, features, I'm all over the place. He moves a lot like Drake. And it might be on purpose, considering that they're both from Toronto, or it might just be that they both are just beasts like that. But they both are beasts.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's
he's
very
monopolizing much on this quarantine shit heavy though.
Yeah, I think his production is usually on a different level, but I do believe that for an album that he threw together, obviously he expressed it multiple times, just to put something out to be able to get out of his deal. I believe the album was great.
It was,
despite the fact
it was.
It was.
Those are the parameters. It is
not to be, to fulfill his obligation, and other people have, like, I applaud him for that, because there's very few people that do, like, like for Frank Ocean, even though we have this conversation about him, for Frank Ocean to have put out Endless to get out of his deal, that was an amazing fucking album.
That was fucking nasty.
To put out to
go, classic.
Hey, this is what I'm going to fulfill my obligation. That's crazy. As opposed to somebody like,
because he did it like 2 days apart too.
Yeah,
like he did it like.
But the whole point is
the album.
The whole point is that he already had Blonde ready, but
no, Endless dropped first, right?
Yeah, but he wanted to capitalize on Blonde, so therefore he released Endless to get out of his deal. Then you release Blonde, and then
and then he was done.
Yeah,
independent artist.
But other people like Lupe, which Lupe's last album was ass.
Speaking of Lupe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that, but Lupe's last album to get out of his deal was ass. You understand? So there's people.
That's hard to say. Lupe is ass.
It was ass.
That shit was
borderline unlistenable.
Lupe fiasco.
That shit is borderline unlistenable.
That's rough.
We definitely got to get the round table on that one.
All right,
Lupe ever being unlistenable?
You want to know how crazy it is? Most people
I ain't checked for Lupe since like 08, nigga. Like, I don't know how.
Facts. No, but there's a difference. Some people.
Dog, that was a fucking cool. That wasn't even the cool 2008.
No,
like,
the cool. It wasn't the cool. It
was like 2010, right?
No, hell nah. What?
No. Yeah. What was it earlier?
Yeah. What?
That first 15th shit was like 06, 07, nigga.
You're right. I'm tripping. 09, so the cool was like 07, I think, then 08.
It was back to back, nigga, but still, like, you know, here and there, dog, like.
This nigga says it's so late.
The nigga, everybody got their time, son.
2011 was Razor.
You guys are the perfect. You both are like, pause, not like that, but the perfect match when it comes to saying, fuck that nigga. Like, y'all are both so quick to just be like,
yes, I'm not here for it.
Oh, that fucking has been this nigga. Like,
he made
Lupe ain't no has been, my nigga, but it's just like, nah, nigga, like, you know what I mean?
That's what you're saying, Lex.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
12 years, kid?
Nigga, I'm not counting, but I just know the last time, like, I'm a consumer of both them albums and shit. Yeah. I get it. I fucks with the dude, but
he said, I get it.
Ain't nothing I heard about for a nigga to say, damn, my nigga, have you heard that Lupe? Like, that conversation ain't come and hit my ear yet. That's not hating.
Nigga made an album in 2018. Nobody was listening to that shit. I wasn't even
right. So, okay.
I ain't been checking for Lupe since 2011.
All right, so speaking of Lupe, we might as well just segue into it. Lupe was recently, we all know how hot Joe Budden is in the podcasting world is now, and Revolt as well. And he had a live conversation with Lupe for about 45 minutes where they really got into a conversation about the industry, about their experience as MCs, and how, I mean, I would kind of sum it up as Lupe very much saying, like, I feel shortchanged, and Joe Budden saying, like, nah, nigga, I feel shortchanged, and you're still regarded as one of the hip-hop legends. Like, you're still regarded as a lyrical MC of, like, beyond.
So you're saying Joe Budden was feeling salty?
Yeah.
Joe Budden was giving him his roses, if we want to say that.
Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, my nigga, you telling me.
There's no need to argue who's a better MC.
You telling me that Joe Budden was kind of
I won't go there.
Nigga.
I love Joe Budden, but I won't go there. There's no argument. Okay. I love Joe Budden, but I will never argue who's better between him and Lupe. There's no argument there.
So who's better?
You want me to
Lupe. What?
Okay.
All right, you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you where I had a problem with this?
Go.
All right, go ahead.
I'll tell you where I had an issue with it. One, Joe Budden loves complimenting niggas and then putting himself in that boat with them like they all in the same realm. Like, he'll have a conversation with, like, Eminem or some shit and go, you one of the greatest of all time. You know, niggas on our level. And you like, nigga, what?
This nigga Lex, what do you got to say about Eminem? You don't like Eminem.
The nigga said verbatim, Lupe, you are one of the greatest rappers of all time, arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He is. Absolutely.
Then, which is true.
Very true.
Then the next words out of that nigga's mouth was, niggas in our category of the greatest MCs ever. I said, nigga, what? Why does... I feel like Joe Budden feels like he had a legendary career.
I'll be dying with your fucking commentary, kid.
That nigga had a...
No, I'm not gonna front. And that level, that's a fucking...
No, but dead ass.
Be on a stretch.
But
like, when I listen to Lupe, I'm like, dog, this nigga fucking will blow anybody out of the water, like anyone. Like the stories he tells.
Your audio back in.
His bars.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, it's on. You on?
All right, so Jay, we're discussing, just to bring you up to brass. We're discussing Joe Budden's live with Lupe Fiasco. I don't know if you caught it.
What?
Lupe Fiasco chimed in on the live with Joe Budden.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch it?
No.
All right. Well, all right, go ahead, Buddha, explain.
My problem with it is Joe Budden, anytime he interview niggas.
Well, tell him the gist of the interview.
All right, I'm gonna explain it when I touch on it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I have with Joe Budden's interviews, the nigga is an articulate nigga. You are very popular in the podcasting and journalism category. Right. You are very popular in that category. Mm-hmm. Stop acting like you was popping in the rap category. Just because you was putting out that is like,
this is factual.
You know, that's like my son getting a deal. Nobody is counting that my son is a good rapper, but then this nigga's talking to niggas like T.I. and he's over there like, niggas with a career like ours. No, nigga, you're not in this.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
This nigga said T.I.
You know what I'm saying? He's like,
who also got into broadcasting.
Yeah.
Talking about not for nothing, not for nothing. But you know who be doing that too? Nori.
Nori, I think Nori's great at his show.
But
I know it's a segue, but I think he's fucking great.
No, but at least Nori
got a catalog.
Nori got a catalog and he had a run.
Yeah, and Nori got gold records.
Joe Budden never had a run ever.
Yeah.
And Nori got gold records, dog. We can go pop off 10 Noriega songs.
Facts.
And good 5 CNN songs, nigga, to say, all right, my nigga, like, these are some records.
Yo, I hear Banned from TV come on to this day, and I'm still like, what?
Woo!
That shit is...
Joe Budden's nigga.
Wasn't it Nori had that what track, right?
It didn't go like that, bro. You know,
But that's the whole...
It was called what, right? You know.
But that's the whole thing. You can throw hits out there with Joe.
Yeah. Nori got a set, dog.
Nori has a set.
CNN got a show.
Yeah.
And Nori has features.
Joe Budden, 4 songs, my nigga.
Yeah.
Of Joe Budden.
4 is way too much. 4 is way too much.
4.
Deadass.
4 is way too much. I'm giving him 2. I'm giving him 2.
And real shit, my nigga. Look, I ain't trying to hate. Hold up, fam. I ain't trying to knock niggas.
This is good.
All right, Dre.
My bad, go ahead.
I ain't trying to knock niggas. I'm trying to be real.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you take the lyricism, the artistry of them dudes, ain't no niggas know no Slaughterhouse songs.
Facts.
No.
It's dope. Nah. It's good to listen to it when you hear it, nigga, but
what's that joint? I'm in the club with my
Joe Budden.
You don't even know it, nigga. Just
I don't even know it.
And we up in the club.
The only 2 songs I'm giving Joe. The only 2 songs I'm giving Joe.
No. He's talking about the Slaughterhouse track.
Yeah. The Slaughterhouse track is the one where they're saying I'm in the club doing the 2-step or something.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even about the song.
It was hot.
It wasn't the song though. It was the beat. It was the beat. The beat was
a vibe.
Yeah.
But let's be real, nigga. The hot niggas out the shit is Crooked I nigga and Joel Ortiz.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Joel.
Okay, wait. So hold on.
First.
What's his name? The one who's still really cool with Eminem.
Him. Royce the 5'9".
Royce. Yeah. Like, so you don't think Royce is good? You don't think that last project was good?
I just said what I said.
They're good lyricists. They're not good. They don't make good songs.
All right. Okay.
That's what I said, dog.
That's something worth discussing.
Crooked I and Joel.
Yeah. No, but
Joel,
that's the shit.
my bad.
That's
I'm
the
saying
shit
Joel.
that pissed me off.
Then why would they? Then why do you think they pair? Then why do you guys? I know we're segueing heavily, but why do you think Eminem, being Eminem, would put them together?
Because Eminem's a lyricist.
Because it's a lyricist team.
But that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that make him a little pickier, heavier?
No,
like,
we're not.
Eminem is also a storyteller.
Hold on, man. Jesus, bro. Like, look. We're not taking away the fact them niggas is lyricists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Star power.
Now it's clear.
So Eminem, nigga, is a rapper's rapper, dog. He will go and put lyricists. That was his shit, dog. His shady thing is him putting real bona fide rappers, not some cliche, gimmicky kind of shit, nigga. He's putting artistry. He is a nigga putting artistry back into the art form. We get that. But what we're saying is two different things, nigga, of saying this nigga is putting himself in the conversation, the boat, like he is a living legend, and he is not.
Yeah,
his catalog and material does not express that.
Yeah.
Make him a bona fide persona to own that title, nigga. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, not taking away, the nigga can spit.
Comparisons.
Right, no, of course he is. Definitely a poet.
But the nigga also flopped himself on the battle shit, flopped himself sales-wise and performance-wise, flopped themselves on the time frame of material, because he did have the hot rod.
Yeah.
Right.
He did have the buzz, nigga. He did go from the Focus record to go build up to fucking the Jump Off record.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you say is the Focus record?
It's the shit that he had, dog. Like, cause he was on an independent label before he got picked up on Def Jam too.
Yeah, pump it up. I would say.
He had some shit, dog. He was on Top Records, I think, dog. You feel me? I was working that shit.
Yeah. No. Def Jam was the longevity of his career for sure.
So he had plenty of lanes. He even became like a TV persona on that Love and Hip Hop shit. So he had lanes, dog, to branch himself and solidify himself, nigga. He had the appeal for the women, dog. He was dealing all the vixens and shit, my nigga. But the material did not materialize for what he could have been. The other shit that he had, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's enough talking about this nigga. Like move on. What's next? I don't mean to say it that way, B, but it's just like cutting into some real time, nigga. Like, we're gonna talk about Royce the 5'9" here. Let me segue with Royce the 5'9", nigga.
Let's go.
DJ Premier and the RZA had a battle, nigga. When DJ Premier dropped the Boom record, nigga, he won that round, son. That's that, nigga. So we can talk about that battle.
Let's talk about that battle.
Good record.
All right. Wait. Hold on. So you're saying, now we're segueing to that this battle, DJ Premier and RZA. Yeah. So you're saying that Premier won that battle?
No, it was tied by me. If I have to go for the 20 songs, 10 for 10. Tie.
All right. Now, before I even give my opinion,
their selection was bad.
Should we?
Yeah, they was playing crazy.
And this should be a blanket statement, really, and it's going to be. When we're looking at these battles and we're looking at how they're weighing them versus like whether it's a catalog versus lyricism, bars versus production, whatever you want to look at, whatever aspect of the record that we're looking at, when we're looking at these battles, do we look at the length of time that this person was in the game as a weighing factor?
Nah, you're looking at the material.
We don't.
You're looking at the records.
So you're saying somebody today, right? So you're saying that right now, let's say, for instance, from Atlanta, very popular producer, Zaytoven. Zaytoven could go against Swizz Beatz on any level?
No.
Yeah, but it's two different eras. I feel like it doesn't even...
That was my question. My question was...
But you're saying how much
longevity in the game.
You stretching.
All right.
How much stretching?
I'm mad stretching, dog, because this is things that we spoke about for the last 2 weeks. They're not in similar territory or familiar territory of artistry,
up north, down south,
genre or style. Like, no.
North, down south.
Not even. That's not even though.
It also comes with fans of each person. You're being in the era.
I'm not disputing any argument. I'm just wondering.
No, but
like, are we weighing that as
in order to have a battle? You have to have the fan of that era being a fan of both people. You understand? The person that's watching it, they have to be in the same era because
the factors. That's what I'm saying. What are the parameters that we're judging these battles on?
Little John and T-Pain were popping.
Little John and T-Pain was fair.
So they could, a person that likes one could appreciate the music
the other
because it's the same era.
Right.
If you
a person that likes trap music might
most
not like
that is fucking with Swiss Beats is not fucking with Zaytoven and vice versa.
Okay. So, all right.
You have somebody that can at least appreciate both artists, if not be a fan of both, to be able to judge it. Speaking
of which, when you're getting back to Ja Rule and fucking 50 Cent.
Moving too fast. We speeding though. We speeding.
That we had this conversation like a month and a half ago. But anyways, Jay, what do you think about what were we just talking about? We were just talking about T-Pain and Lil Jon.
Hold up.
Someone's phone is buzzing.
Yeah.
Like that's just been buzzing for like the last 15, 20.
Lex say this is grown folk hours right now.
Let me finish the podcast. I'm gonna hit you right back.
Quarantine. This nigga's got the hotline going.
Yeah.
No, I do think longevity in the game is a measure to look at. I do think that.
But I don't even think
I think that's very important. Like even when, the reason I bring that up is to say, for instance, when Johnson Austin went against Neo, I'm like, Johnson Austin has another fucking 15 years in the game.
Yeah, but
that was still a fair battle.
But that gives you leverage. That gives you more years of experience. How does that not give you an advantage? It's not really fair.
I'm not saying it doesn't give you an advantage.
Because before Neo was Neo
was supposed to body him?
Neo was
before Neo was still making records. Neo was making records before we knew who Neo was.
Yeah,
he was right.
So
he was right.
Yes, he was.
So sick, he had tracks already. He already.
But he didn't drop So Sick before he dropped the first single was I Can't Help Myself. I just can't help myself.
Okay.
That one. That was his first single.
So Sick. I Can't Help Myself was not.
And then he followed it
So
with
Sick was his first single.
Yeah.
So Sick was the first one.
So Sick, dog. So Sick came and that was a game changer.
Knocked it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I Can't Help Myself was after because that was the
PDP. Yeah, I can't help.
That was the up-tempo, so that came after.
Hard, boy.
Yeah.
But that came after.
I mean, it did, but I'm saying Neil's first album is disgustingly classic.
No, don't say it.
It is.
I'm lost.
It really is. You're not an R&B head. If you're an R&B head,
that's not funny. That's not what we're talking about.
What you're saying, you're not even saying this stuff in chronological order.
Yeah.
That's the argument you just had.
What is the argument? It's still a classic. He can have a classic and still not be better than someone who was his predecessor.
No.
Well, it reverts back to what the original conversation was about.
All right, then. Okay, let's proceed.
I was talking about the RZA, and y'all talk what you want. Just tune me in. I'm here.
We're talking to the battles. We're just talking about the whole battle.
Yeah, but we didn't even finish about the first battle.
All right, let's get back to it.
We're talking about a battle that happened 3 weeks ago, and we talking about the one that just happened this Saturday that just passed.
All right.
So you're talking about niggas from three fucking weeks ago that already happened, dog, when this COVID shit happened. And we talking about the RZA and Primo, and we just skipping all that. We just skipping the moment in history.
Yeah, the RZA and DJ Premier. I scored it 13-7 Premier.
Mm-hmm. Well, who?
Premier over RZA. Just 13-7 for me, just because.
That's out of the 20 though, right?
Yeah, of the 20.
Out of the 20.
That's strong, nigga.
I'm not a large Wu-Tang fan. So there's songs that were popping Wu-Tang songs where he might have won the battle, but I fuck with the track he played more than the Wu-Tang track just personally because
right.
I'm a Method Man, Redman. I'm a Ghostface fan, but I'm not necessarily a Wu-Tang fan. There's certain tracks that he played that are big RZA tracks, like big RZA tracks that are not. Right. So the
RZA put his pride in the way, dog.
Yeah.
I was telling Jay that, son. RZA could have had it, but he came with the bad selection out the gate.
Crazy shit. RZA played all the bangers after 20, son.
Yeah, it's true.
But after 20.
That's what I'm saying. He came with a bad selection, dog. I think he wanted like a RZA moment, son, and just like I don't know what the fuck they was doing, nigga. Like I don't get this because they
it was disorganized in the beginning though. So
they're supposed to submit their 20 records in advance, nigga. So who the fuck approved of that? Like
they don't being a curator. 20 records. Huh? They don't submit 20 records.
They shouldn't be able to submit it. That would be unfair.
Huh?
That would be unfair if they submitted it ahead of time. That would be unfair.
You send your records in, dog. They know what
kind of record. Nah, they don't send them in. They should never be aware of what records
all they do is line up their music histories together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they line up their music histories. So that's why it'll be one song from them, one song from them. They just line the music histories up together.
Because pause, like not because if you announced it, it kind of
they don't announce it to us.
The person is gonna know, like, oh, you're coming with
that takes the element out of it. That takes the the surprise element out of it.
You can't tell the person what
track. Because I heard that nigga saying talk when he would go live, nigga, sing your listing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they might be, but that does take away
a bunch of times.
It just takes away from it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but they saying send your listing. Like when they say send your listing, I don't think they saying the 20 songs that they're gonna play. But send your body of work so we can put it up against this body of work.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like every time there's about to be a battle, you'll see the post with all of their records versus all of their records and shit like that. And then that's when I start to make my decision. Like, okay, yeah, he did have this, he did have that.
Like me personally, I took Premier over RZA just because I fucked with the tracks that Premier put out more than I fuck with a lot of Wu-Tang tracks. There were some tracks that people that are Wu-Tang fans regard real high that I don't, just because I'm not a big Wu-Tang.
The reason I'm giving it the reason I gave it to RZA is because what I was looking at is the rounds that RZA wins, like those records that the records that RZA plays, like none of the Premier records can really go up against them. Like he has haymakers. Like his records is haymakers. He has
classics.
Like big.
That's
like
why
you know what I'm saying? They real big. Don't get me wrong. Premier got a lot of joints.
It was touching the wrong MOP records in the first round, dog. Like I didn't get that shit.
Right.
Like there's records like I was like, yo, Premier nigga, like what is you doing, nigga? He ain't barely going to the Gangstar archive, which was crazy. Right. It took the nigga forever to play just to get a rep with the Wick nigga. Like I was like, what is this nigga doing, fam?
Right.
J. Rue was a cool record, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's like what are these niggas doing, fam? Like I was like, yo, are these niggas really just prolonging this shit?
Yeah.
The bad selection to me, dog. Bad selection.
But I think
I just don't know. I don't know how RZA saved all of those songs for after 20. I couldn't understand that, son.
But I think
because it's fucking RZA and they were
I think it wasn't them trying to win the battle as much as them
showcasing music
had that many views and stretch it as much as possible,
which is dope.
There was that 187.
For them, that was a big moment. So
I think
that's why they was pushing it because they like, yo, if we could keep niggas listening for 3-4 hours, let's do it. Because you listen to 20 tracks, you can run through 20 tracks in an hour because they're not even playing the whole track. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you see
verse and hook. It really shouldn't be the whole track.
You see Swiss Pace posted the shit talking about this shit is bigger than us right now. Look for us on ABC or some crazy shit like that.
And the shit, dog. Now you can subscribe and catch the backlog footage.
Yeah, and he got the deal. They obviously got some kind of deal with Tidal right now where you could go watch it back and
for the culture, not for the pockets.
They deserve that though.
They gotta monopolize on it somehow. They're gonna do it.
Get it, nigga.
They set these up. They deserve it back.
Of course.
I get it. I get it.
Well, which is the perfect segue to our next topic.
Don't camouflage it, nigga. Just come straight out, nigga. Like, you feel me? Come like, all right, nigga, we're gonna be selling this neck.
What if they?
I almost forgot. Yo, I almost
forgot. Quarantine apparel, nigga. Come get it. Right. He let you know, nigga. $45 a shirt.
Coming soon.
I almost forgot. That RZA. Huh?
It's probably coming soon. He's talking about merch. Something I'm like, it's coming.
I don't think the merch. I don't think nobody cares about the quarantine merch as much as like a quarantine on somebody's station. Like if that shit go like, you know, like how Howard Stern TV used to be.
Yeah. What do you mean? No, what do you mean?
Visual. How Howard Stern used to be.
Like, well, of course, he's the king. Right.
Yeah.
Like, no, pause. Like, do you mean the visual? Do you mean the visual of women? Because Howard Stern was always known to be inappropriate and very, you know, at that time. Or are you talking about just him talking?
I mean, quarantine radio going to TV.
Yeah.
Women.
What if Tory got a deal with
women,
FX, where they do Wilder? You know, where they have FXX or whatever. If he got a deal somewhere where they cool with girls shaking their asses, they cool with him cursing much, they cool with all that. I think that it'll be a great deal for him because I feel like that's the draw. Getting girls out is the draw in his.
Yeah, I think they should. I think it'll be dope, and I think it'll be dope if they keep it exactly the same how it is, where regular people could call in and turn the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be dope.
So wait a minute. So we're saying women are the denominating factor in this?
No.
What?
Are women the denominating factor?
No, they're the contributing factor.
Contributing factor. Explain.
They're an accessory to the outfit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Elaborate.
I feel like
they're an accessory to the outfit.
Don't get me wrong.
No. I'm not taking away from Tory at all.
All right.
Because I think Tory has a persona that is actually beyond Howard Stern.
All right. You want to know why they're the contributing factor and not the dominating factor?
Okay.
Because of the fact that
please, for men.
Tory is a better showman than anybody.
Howard Stern.
Boosie is doing it too, but the girls are getting way wilder for Boosie.
Right.
Because he's a hood ass nigga. He's a hood ass.
If the girls were the defining factor,
Boosie the truth.
Then Boosie.
He's the fucking truth.
Shout out to Boosie.
Boosie the truth. Boosie no filter. I want my inner Boosie.
Don't try to try to boat.
I want my inner Boosie to come back out, nigga.
No, but
Tory cool, nigga, but Boosie is where it's at.
Yeah. No, but
if
the girls were the defining factor, Boosie would be winning in numbers. But Tory wins in numbers because his production is better.
Right, of course. His production is immaculate.
The way that it is put together is better. So therefore, if it was just about the girls, Boosie would be winning. But Boosie's not because it's not about the girls.
Tory has a broader presentation.
Whoa. Let's be real. If it was just about the girls, Tory would still be winning. Because Tory has a better class of females, like a better caliber of women.
It's a broader presentation, bro.
It's universal women.
It's a way better class.
But what I'm saying is, if niggas
we're getting on that right away. But go ahead.
If niggas was just tuning in for the girls strictly, then they'd be watching Boosies because the girls are getting wilder on Boosies.
Yeah, they doing more. They doing more over there for sure.
But Tory gives you a total package. It's like legit watching a show. It's
absolutely
a really orchestrated show.
His voice, everything, the way he orchestrates it. Right.
It's the difference between, who's coming on next? What you doing to stay corona free? What you bringing to the table? We got a theme for today.
When he had DMX on there, y'all saw that one, right? When he was like, you got to do the signature DMX.
Yeah, he makes DMX.
Spoken so much about DMX.
Quarantine radio?
Yeah, when he had DMX on Quarantine Radio. And he was like, fam, I need you to do that signature, girl. He was like, girl, everybody was going crazy. He's like, DMX just did his signature fucking. I was like, this nigga's stupid. Like, he does have the personality. He has the person. He's like a Charlemagne, but a different way.
No.
But a different way.
No.
He is like a Charlemagne, but a different way. He's not Charlemagne, but I mean Charlemagne in a different way. Like his personality.
You think about what you just said. No.
He's not. Think about what you just said. Why is he breaking so many records?
I can't do it with Charlemagne no more.
Well, because now it's old to you. but Tory Lanez is new. It's quarantine radio. It's new.
I fuck with Tory just because I support Tory's movement. I feel like he was not getting the respect he deserved.
Because you've been fucking with his music.
Yeah.
I feel like Tory. Yeah, I feel like this has always been Tory.
Yeah.
Niggas just wasn't fucking with him before.
If you fuck with his music, I fuck with his music, so I know that.
That's what I'm saying. If you was following Tory
him.
and you just knew what his post was like before this, they was the same. He was always acting wild, doing stupid shit. He always had bitches on his page. I just
always have bitches on his page.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he was always like
that was a topic for conversation too.
Nah, he was like he'll be taking pictures like on jet skis. He's on jet skis with bitches and shit. Like he always had bitches around him. So I'm glad that Tory's finally getting the respect he deserves because
he
put in his work. And I'm
me too. Me too.
I feel he deserves it. He put in enough time. He put in enough.
I know somewhere Sean Kingston is like, damn son.
Come on.
I dropped the fucking ball.
Yo, no. Wait a minute.
Sean Kingston's the one that signed him originally.
Sean Kingston, Tory Lanez came out under Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
Man, so is that shit.
That was Sean Kingston's artist.
What the fuck happened?
He was trying to pop at the time and like not
just had him shelved.
Y'all don't remember Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez had a record with Slim Thug called I think Slept on You or something like that.
Yeah.
He used to play on. He used to play.
Let's fact check that.
That was his first record. It was under Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
When they was in Miami. They was on a Miami Flex. I think it was called Slept on You or something like that.
Yeah.
But that was my shit. I was fucking with Tory from that record. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I've been a Tory Lanez.
It's called That's Gangster.
No, it's not. It's called Slept on You.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what came up. All right. Keep going.
Yo.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, it's called that.
In the moments, I was like, that's what came up. I was like, okay, no, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely called Slept on You or something like that.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about though, because I was fucking with Tory from then, so.
That's when everything had like that Houston sound on it.
Yeah.
Chopped and screw kind of vibe. The fucking Cool and Dre beats was hitting at that time.
Yeah, like Tory, that's what I'm saying. He deserves the respect because he put in the time.
He definitely do. He definitely do. Shout out to Tory Lanez and everything going his way. For sure.
It's a separate question, but this came to my mind when I was talking about niggas that put in the work and deserves what they get. All these new artists that's currently popping like Lil Pump and fucking Smoke Perp and shit like that. Like even Little Pump with all the posts that he be doing where, I started this new trend.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah. Do you
real quick?
This nigga deserves the popularity he has for the body of work that he's put out?
Nah, but I think that's
Little Pump?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Lil Pump?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like, does he deserve more respect for his catalog or the genre?
I think that the influence that he has is deserved because he has not put out that much work.
Nah, he hasn't. He really hasn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking.
But I think his personality.
He don't got no personality.
He got somebody. He does.
That's not what that is. That's not what that is.
What is it?
Little Pump is an example of how the 360 deal works. You feel me? So it's not. It don't got nothing to do. It don't got nothing to do with like if we think that he deserves that. Like the way the 360 deal works is they're gonna put the bread into you to make you look like you're that.
Push him.
You know what I'm saying? But everything that you make goes back to the label and shit. You feel me? So like most of the new niggas is 360 deal, examples of 360 deals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them. Like everybody that's all of a sudden they hot or whatever. They like where they just all of a sudden get this bread from the. It's a 360 deal. All the money that they making is definitely going back to the label and shit. So that's why we would think that Pump is a situation. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I feel like Pump is an example of that. But like, when did painting your toenails and shit become
hip hop. Like, why we not accepting that, my nigga? Like, you're not gonna be painting your nails and your toes and then try to tell me you trying to start a trend. Like, that's some real clown shit going on right now. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they push
like,
it.
It's some real clown shit. Right. But see, the thing is, when you sign up, because when you sign a 360 deal, right, like, you have to do whatever they say, right? Because exactly, they control everything, the whole thing. So
if they say your hair green tomorrow, your hair green tomorrow.
Your hair is green tomorrow, right?
So with him, I just don't think. I just think they push him too hard where he doesn't. It doesn't warrant you the music. You're not putting it out. You like even Tekashi, even though he was a gimmicky dude, he had the music to back it up. Everything he put out was legitimate.
Everything was hitting.
Dog, don't act like you acting like it wasn't hitting. These things was banging out there.
His shit was hitting. You can't say his shit wasn't hitting.
Okay.
Hold on. We not gonna say the records was hitting because of Tekashi, but the records was hitting.
The records were hitting because of the culture.
Nicki Minaj shit? Come on.
Nah.
Hold on, Buddha.
Like, to some degree.
You said the record was popping. It's popping because of the culture.
If you do a record with Nicki Minaj, you gotta be already on a certain level. So
no,
I give him.
That's not true.
I'm not.
He got the record with Nicki
for a Nicki verse.
But he's not paying for it because he's in the 360 deal, so they're gonna do that. That's what I'm saying.
No,
so it doesn't. It can. I can take. Huh? He's tied up. He's tied up in all that shit same way.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're right. He probably is. He probably really is. But what I'm saying is,
obviously.
And if you want to be 100% real, if you want to be 100% real, he helped Nicki.
Facts.
Nicki didn't help him
at
on that record.
Time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean that. But that killed. But that killed that whole thing of saying
each other. If you think about it.
No.
If you think about how. No. If you think about her notoriety and her signature on the pen,
Nicki was drowning at that moment.
How would it not help?
Nah,
Nicki was drowning. Nicki was drowning at that time. Kiki was, remember Cardi was whooping her ass at that time.
Safari was doing the most. Safari was out here doing the most, doing better than Nicki. Was Safari ever doing better than Nicki?
Hell nah.
What are you talking about? Safari's doing better. I don't understand I don't understand.
Safari is on a show. Safari's doing performances. Safari's getting.
Are you asking is Safari more relevant than Nicki at this point?
Yes. Right now. So you think Safari is more relevant?
Yeah.
Yes.
Safari getting married.
That's kind of crazy.
That is way bigger news than Nicki and her dude.
The niggas, I think he had his kid already with whatever.
More people care about it.
Safari been turned up on Nicki.
Yeah, he did. Do we think he wrote those records?
Hell no. Hell no. Nicki's out here spitting, dog. Like, they've been broke up.
Nicki can spit.
Then what the fuck is the problem? Then why wouldn't she still be the hottest shit in the streets?
Because, nigga, that's not relevant.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
But Cardi B definitely isn't writing her shit. You know that. You know Cardi B is not writing her shit.
Yeah, but
neither does Beyonce.
Neither does Beyonce, right?
Neither does Beyonce.
Neither does Rihanna.
Neither does Beyonce.
At that point.
Neither does Rihanna.
Neither does Rihanna.
His own scripts. I don't give a fuck. He's still killing me.
As a writer,
neither does Drake.
1,000% agree.
No one
I can understand. No, sometimes you have a ill pen and niggas
snitching. They definitely don't care that Cardi not writing.
I understand. No, I mean, absolutely. But when you look at her other half being a nigga who's nasty with the pen, it's kind of
wait, who?
Offset. Come on, fam. Offset.
Okay. What are we talking about?
You say, you jumping around, so I'm trying to keep up.
No, I said when you deal with a nigga who's that nasty with his pen, like
we're talking about Cardi. Okay.
We're talking about Cardi B.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, the nigga's writing for her. Why wouldn't he?
Nah,
no, but he's not writing for.
He's
not writing for.
He has your own writers.
Because
Partisan styles, you can hear that.
Yeah, and Partisan writes. What's that nigga name? Partisan.
Y'all don't think
Partisan writes for Cardi.
B?
A lot. He
Huh?
writes for a lot. He's on.
Wait.